Hello everyone, this is a practical class of HTML and CSS. Now I will show you this HTML file. It's a typical HTML file template, a doc type. We have the doc type here, we have the HTML, we have the opening of the head here. Inside it we have the title, we have meta name, we have meta description, meta chart, UTF-8. We have the link to Google Fonts, and this is the close of the head. If I close this head now, everything will collapse. That is for heading. Now we now have the body. You can see, as I mentioned in our CSS tutorial, the ID at the top, which is the value of the ID which I use here, stop. The div, which contains what is in the resume. You can see when I collapse it, everything in the resume comes together. The body holds, the body div holds everything. The div contains all the information we are trying to pass across. Now, there we have a div class. Inside that div, CV, and class. You notice that this div has an ID and at the same time has a class. So this tells you that you can reference a div and a class in the same HTML tag. Also, look at this. Also, this is a div class. It has its own name. This is the name. Then is this name that we will reference in our external style sheet when we are doing the look and feel. Now this div, it is the one that holds the picture, the profile picture, or the resume owner picture. That's where it is rendered. Then this one, you can notice this div has an ID. I used name, and under it we have the heading 1 and heading 2 with their class, which will be set in the CSS. Then the value of what is to display is the name, the job title. Also, we have another div which is the contact details. This contains the email, the website, and the mobile number. It's inside a list. You can see this list here. You can see this is an unordered list, and everything is wrapped up in a contact detail div with ID contact details. That's for that. Then the main area, which involves where you put the summary of the person, the personal profile, what the person has done, work experience. Now you have a div here, which is has an ID of main area. Then its class is quick fit delay 5. Then you have a section. We have different section here. This is one section. This section has the profile of that person, the profile information. That's for that section. We have another section here too. This one contains the work experience of the person. This is another section. This one contains the skills the person has acquired over the years. And also we have the last section, which is the education, which contains the college, university he has attended. It's just a simple HTML file that you yourself will be able to tweak and work with. So now that is our HTML file. Let me show you how it looks without a CSS in our browser. This is our browser. You can see the look of it. without a CSS file. Look how ugly it is. Yeah, I'm sure that if someone could develop this for you as a website and tell you this is the final product of your website, I'm sure you will not agree, or you might rather even slap the person, saying that I've paid you lots and amount of money to do this for me, and now you are bringing me, these are things you yourself can do. This is just HTML files. Now, at this point, we will now try and tweak the CSS file to make it work for us. Now, I've done the CSS file in a separate file. In order not to waste our time, I'll just do some copy and paste of it inside the CSS file, which you yourself, I'll provide a soft copy for you so that you too can work with it later if you want to do something. Now, this file I've just highlighted contains all the general attributes, all the general tags of the HTML. These are the general settings where the CSS is given to it. Let me copy it, then I'll put it in the file. I've created a CSS file. You can see it, the CSS already. Now I'll paste it. Now I'll save it, then come to my HTML file here, inside the heading. Now I will unlink this already, which I have done. Yes, you can see it now. I've saved it. Now let's go and refresh that website and see how it looks. I'll refresh the website. You can see that there is a bit difference from what you saw in the last video I showed you about this when it has no CSS. Now everything is jam-packed together now, no spacing, nothing. Let's go back to our CSS file and try to do the second step of it. I'll copy. This one talks about the article, the aside, the details, figure, footers, header. These are where we do the tweaking for that. I'll copy that also, come into our CSS, another line, then paste it, then save. Now we'll go back to our HTML file, refresh again. You notice there is no substantial changes there. Yes, that is how it's always be sometimes. Now we are trying to put something that will make the font look presentable. That's where we reference the font we are going to be using on the website for it. Now I'll open the code editor again. I'll open the file which I have done the CSS. This is it. I'll copy it again. Go back to our CSS file. I'll paste it. This is for that. Then I'll save. Now we'll refresh again. See how it looks. Now you can see it's giving us a dark color. They are coming there. Don't be afraid. Everything is still in view and it will come live soon. Now we are going to tweak our paragraphs. You notice all the HTML tags where information like the profile details, summary of the person has a paragraph. Now we are going to put that paragraph in our CSS file. I'm doing that here. Yes, we have done that. I've saved. Then once you save, we refresh again. Now you can see that Our paragraph has come up with something looking nice. It comes with like a gray color, and looking at our code editor, you can see the color we gave it here, hash 444. That's how you reference color. Sometimes you can put the normal blue, red, but there are various shades of color. So in order to use the kind of color you want, the shade of color that you prefer, we use the we call it the X code, the color X code. So for black it will be hash FFFF6F. For white it will be hash 00060. That's how it is being done. Now we've done that. Let's go back to our file also. Now you can see that this CV, I use an ID which I mentioned in the beginning of this video. This ID reference what it talks about: the width 90%, maximum width 800%, background, you can see the background color, then a margin of 30 pixels. Let me copy it. I'll copy it, then I'll paste it here. So once I paste it, I'll save, then refresh again. Let's see how it looks now. Now we are getting our CV down to the center of the HTML page. You can see it's coming gradually to what we are looking at, to what we want. That's good. It's a job in progress and we are still working. Now look at this one, the next one, which is the main details. You can see that in the last video I mentioned about dot class. If you are referencing a class, it's a dot file, a dot or a full stop. So this is a class file which shows that dot main details. Now let me copy it. I'll copy it, then paste it inside the file also. I'll save it. Once I save it, we'll refresh it again. Once we refresh, oh, it's looking good. You can see that we have an orange line like a separator. Now the resume is coming like a normal resume. We are getting the shape little by little. Now let's now come to the other side. The name, let's tweak the name on the resume. Let's make it bolder. Let's increase the width. Let's add some font to it. Then the margin at the bottom too. That is what is in this file. I'll copy it, then paste again, then save. I'll refresh it for your seeing again. You can see it. Now look at that name is bolder now, the job title. Now this guy, this information and this list, we still need to move them to the right side of the web page. So that one is coming, we'll do that. Let me go to the other name, the H2. You notice that this one is for the first one we did is for H1, which is the first heading. Now the second heading, we have to increase the font to make it bolder also. I'll go back, copy it and paste it. Now I've saved it. Then you refresh again to see how you can see the job title is bolder now. You can see it is bolder. The first name too is bolder. Now we are coming down to these contact details which we talked in the beginning of this video. Now I'll go to my text editor again. The files, which is the main area, the padding. Okay, let me copy this again. I'm doing all this just for you to see. You too can work with it. You can tweak it, edit it the way you want, and you see difference. It will change dynamically. Now I'll paste it. Once I save, I'll refresh again. Just you can see the body of our HTML file is aligning itself. We are getting a very professional look in the design. That is how CSS make our work look more presentable. You can see it is looking better than what we have at the beginning. Now, coming to the ID of headshot, which is the image at the beginning. I'll copy it also, paste it, then save. Then I will not go and refresh right now. I'll copy the other one for the image itself, the headshot image, so that you will see how it's going to render it for us in the web page. Now I've copied it and I've saved. I'll refresh again. Let's now look at it rendered. Now you can see it now that it now takes its position at the left, while the person's name on the CV is sitting close to it. It's getting a good feel and look. We are getting there, and we are going to get there. Don't worry. It's just a thing of practice, practice, practice. That's one thing about website development. You just need to keep practicing and practicing. Now, I will copy this one. This name float left. This contact details makes the contact details to float right. It's just normal English. This contact details UL is for our list, another list. The list type, none. That means we will remove the bullet point. The font size is 0.9. The margin top, that means we want a margin of 2 pixels to be on the top of it. Then the contact details ULLI, which is the list and how we want the list to be. You say margin in the bottom. The list should have a margin in the bottom of 3 pixels and the color of it should be 444. Now let's see the text decoration. These ones are used in order to for different device. When we are rendering our web page on different device, you can see that it calls most transition, web key transition, o transition. That's the work of these guys. Now I will copy that from here. This is over. When you hover on the links of those contact details, it will give you this color. That is what this one is for. I'll copy it from here. Now down to this name, copy. I'll paste it in the file. Now I'll save. Let's go back to our page. See how it looks. Wow, we are also getting there. You can see that the contact details, the email, the website and the mobile number has aligned itself to the right. Our name is on the left. Now the profile, the work experience, all these things we need to work on it so that the job title at the company will be bolder, the work experience will be bolder. There should be a differentiation so that when you send this kind of CV to someone, you will know that this is the personal person's profile, this is work experience, this is his job title in those companies, this is his education over the years. That's the remaining things we are trying to fix now. Now let me go back to that file. Now we've done to that section. Now we now have another section, which is where we put all the profile, the job experience, the work experience, the education he has. This is where we are going to do it. So these sections, there are so many tweaks to it. You see the padding 20 pixel, bottom, top. You see a class of section title width 25, float right 72.5%, That is, you can add in percent, you can add in pixel. It depends on how you want it. Look at the section title. We created a different font. We use Rocket, Helvetica, Arial, Sans Serif. You can use any of these four for us. You see the section content, which is the H2. We have its own font too. We have the font size. We have the margin bottom. We turn it to -2 pixels. Look at the sub details too. Its font size is 0.8 em. The font style is italic. Margin bottom is 3 pixels. Then look at the key skills, which shows the skills of that person. These ones, the skills of that person. We have the none. The none makes us to remove all these bullet points. It will remove it. It will give it color. The font is 1 em. Then the list side, the margin is 3 pixels. Also, we have the headshot display. We don't want any display there. We want none. So I'll also copy this from here to the beginning of that section. Yeah, so I'll copy it. I'll paste it for you. Once I paste it, I'll save. Then I'll refresh for you to see how it looks like. Now you can see how everything is looking now. You can see the name, the profile is aligning itself to the left, while the details, which is the paragraph, is staying on the right. The work experience is aligning to the left, the job title and everything, they are staying on their right. No, it is looking more presentable than what we started with at the first. So this is how CSS help us in so many ways to make our web design, our web project look presentable. Once you keep learning more, you see some other things. You can tweak CSS to whatever you like, as long as you know the intricacies. That is just what you need. The basic thing is the idea. You can the good side of CSS is that once you know your CSS, HTML very well and JavaScript, you can take any web template and tweak it to whatever you want, rather than developing a web template from the beginning. You can just pick maybe a big company web template, pick it. Once you have the source code, tweak it to what you have, change the color, change the font, change everything that is in it, and it will work for you as you want it, as long as you have tweak it the way you want. So that's for that. Now, all these media, hallmark, CV, what they do in CSS most times is adaptability of it to other device. For example, we want this resume to show in a way that is adaptable to other device. That is what they use it for here, because this is HTML5. Assuming we are using Bootstrap now, Bootstrap will automatically do it for us. You can see that in the file I've done in the HTML5, there is no linking to Bootstrap CDN there. What I just did is just working on HTML5 and all those. So assuming we are using Bootstrap, we don't need all these guys. Bootstrap will take care of all this for us, but because we want these guys, this CV, to be adaptable to any device we are using it, that's why these ones I've selected, that's why it has been there. So you can tweak it to make it work for you too. You can do anything, just as I've said earlier, you can do anything with CSS and it will answer it. It's just like a command prompt. Tell it the CSS what you want, it will give you whatever you have imputed in it. So it's what an HTML understand very well. They are just like husband and wife. The HTML is the husband while the CSS is the wife. Then the JavaScript is their child. He is the one that makes sure the family keeps enjoying themselves. So we let me now copy this one. I'll copy this one, I'll paste it inside the editor. I'll paste, I'll save. Then once I save, we'll go back to the page, refresh. Naturally, you won't see anything substantial, but let me show you how we can see if it's adapting. Now you come here, okay, let's do it here. You come here, come to inspect. Once you inspect, it's pop up this. Then you now come to toggle device toolbar. Click on this toggle device toolbar. Now you can see that I have toggled it to be responsive. Look how it looks on mobile app. It adapts itself on a mobile app, a phone. It makes it adaptable. That is the function of those ones we just added to it. If they are not there, it will not be adaptable. Even when you want to print, it won't. That is why this one is adaptable. Here, I'll pick another one. I'll pick iPhone. See how it will look on iPhone. This is the look and feel on iPhone. So when you are developing a website, the web browser can help you to see how your website will look on devices. And see Galaxy X5 here. See how it will look on Galaxy X5. So those are the enjoyment that comes with website designing. You can create a website and make it very responsive for every device you are using with it. So that is just all on the practical class of the CSS and HTML5 I'm going to be teaching you today. I thank you everyone for joining the class, and in our next module, which is the practice of JavaScript, I will give you more trick on what we can do to implement JavaScript very well.